Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it is the Buko Boys.
Is this for all ages?
Maybe not.
But you're still welcome to tune in.
Yes, you're still welcome to listen. I don't care. Any age is fine with me. Well, how long has it been? Been a few weeks since we recorded?
No,
A couple weeks, whatever.
We had the holidays all, so we were out for the holiday and now we're back.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hope you all had a good Labor Day.
Well, did you do anything over the week? Anything spectacular?
So I did mention we were going to, for the Labor Day weekend, we were going to Little Switzerland.
Swiss days.
Yeah, right? So we did. We went up to the Midway Heber area here in Utah. Delightful as always. I love it up there. The temperatures were great. It's always like about 10 degrees cooler than in Salt Lake Valley. Heber Valley is, and I like it like that personally. So I like around the 70s, 80s, which I've talked about before. I like that temperature-wise. It was a fun little getaway with just me and my family. So, I mean, unfortunately the kids got a little sick, a little cold going around. So, unfortunately they got that. But for the most part, we had a blast.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I went to a couple concerts.
You did go to a couple concerts.
Yes, I did.
I'm jealous of the concerts.
I went to Revolution.
Love Revolution.
Love Revolution. Don't remember the show.
I remember.
Weird. I drink brandy. I haven't drank brandy since I was probably a teenager.
Who is she?
Anyways, that's some blackout juice. Weird.
I don't think I've ever had brandy. Besides in like a mixed drink, maybe.
That stuff is potent.
Do you mix with brandy?
I just drank it straight. I was drinking it straight.
That's what I was thinking. Like, do you mix with brandy?
I remember last time I ever did drink it, it was with lime juice.
Okay.
On the rocks, and that was it.
Is brandy the one that is it whiskey that was aged in wine barrels?
I think so. Okay. Or it has wine, something like that. I know it has like grapes. It's something with grapes in it.
So you just drink it straight up?
Yeah.
I can't do it. I wish I could.
Well, let's just say I drink it more like a shot.
Okay. I think it looks very sophisticated when people can just sit there with like a whiskey or something like that. I can't. Like my heartburn and my taste buds.
When it's on the rocks, it really kind of tones it down. But anyways,
because it's watered down.
Besides the point, I blacked out the whole concert. I was running on autopilot, and I was aware and alert from what it seemed like to everyone else, but to me, no recollection.
Yeah, no, because you called me.
Yeah, weird, and I was looking for Sizzler.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. You were incoherent. I didn't understand a word you were saying.
Yeah, let's just forget about that.
What other concert did you go to?
Then I went to Stained in Corn.
Love Stained in Corn.
I wasn't like a big fan of theirs.
Uh-huh.
But I had gotten free tickets to go. Not like I got free tickets. I was invited, and because there was an extra ticket, and it was way up front, because it was like a GA place, and then behind the GA place there was some seats.
General admission.
And then in front of the seats there was like a party pit. That's like right up by the stage.
Okay.
Free range party pit where they had mosh pit right up front, and I was like right.
Oh, I haven't seen one of those in a while.
Yeah, it was the friendliest mosh pit I've ever seen. Everybody was like, there's pushing around everybody, but like if somebody kind of tripped or whatever, everybody was helping them back up.
Or someone pushed too hard. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to push it that hard.
Yeah, everybody was just so friendly. It was so nice of everyone. But I think because now I think that crowd, everyone's over 30.
Right. No. We don't want anyone breaking a hip or throwing out their back.
Our bones are a little bit more frail at this age.
we don't need anyone twisting ankles up here, guys.
Oh, it was hilarious.
The peaceful
those shows, they put on a good show. I stayed coherent for this one. I drank minimal. Well, I drank to a nice buzz.
Okay.
And then, damn, those were some good shows. Those guys put on some good shows. And I did hear something about this previously, but I guess the lead singer of Korn had COVID and was still touring, but he had an oxygen mask.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because somebody asked me if he was on his oxygen mask here. And I was like, oh shit, I did hear about that, but no, he was not. He put on a damn good show too. And I remembered all these songs from high school.
Yes.
It was a good time.
I love Korn. I actually love Stained more than Korn myself. I know Korn was the headliner, but I actually like Stained better. I'm a huge Stained fan. Huge Aaron Lewis fan. Love that guy. I've been to all three of these concerts. So I've been to Revolution, I've been to Korn, I've been to Stained, all of them in the past and I'm glad you got to enjoy them now. I know you've been to Revolution before, but
Yeah, I've seen them.
we went together
5-6 times now.
But I'm glad you got to see, because this is your first Korn and Stain concert.
Yes, it was.
I was introduced to Korn from my friend Landon. He was a big Korn fan. I didn't really care for it until he introduced a song to me. It was basically Korn and Ice Cube, and I'm still a huge Ice Cube fan. And I was like, oh damn, that's pretty. Okay, I like this one. I kind of listened to more of Korn. I'm like, oh, I'm into this. All right, I like this. So that's good.
So, besides the concerts, those were dope. I went and saw Shang Chi.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm trying.
Well, you watched it? Didn't they say his name in the movie?
Yeah, but yeah, Shang Chi. Anyways, damn good movie. All the thumbs ups.
It's a Marvel, in case you guys didn't get it. It did kind of seem like it's going under the radar because of COVID and theaters are barely opening up. It seems like it kind of flew under the radar a little bit.
Oh, but huge blockbuster opening. But damn,
okay.
So Marvel took this movie and took everything you want from a kung fu movie.
Okay.
From growing up here in America and speaking English, that's everything I wanted in a kung fu movie.
Okay.
Everything's in English. It's great. It's superheroes. It's kung fu. It's awesome.
All right. Awesome.
And then what was dope is they kind of touched on, you know how the whole Mandarin and Shang Chi origins was super racist.
I don't know that whole story.
I mean, the Mandarin itself, the name the Mandarin, calling somebody the Mandarin. There was somebody named Fu Manchu. I mean, there was super racist shit in there. But, I mean, this was like the 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
I mean, this
was
shit was normal.
Racist back then.
I mean, they didn't know any better.
No, they didn't.
There was no such thing as politically correct.
No.
They were saying all sorts of, calling people retards left and right.
Yes, true. Or as we call it, the R word now.
Yeah, you can't even, and that was just, frowned upon, recently.
Exactly.
But anyways, so they kind of touched on that, and they kind of reflected back on, because you can tell from the movie, the trailers and everything, he's fighting his dad. His dad's the bad guy. And then you know how in Iron Man, what was that, 2, where they had Ben Kingsley playing the Mandarin?
Yes.
Well, in that one, or no, it was 3. I think it was, shit, I don't know.
Right, third one.
So anyways, in that one, he's calling them, it's called the Mandarin, and he talks, Shang-Chi's dad talks about that, how he was given that name, how some stupid guy just gives him this name, the Mandarin. He's like, the Mandarin, people are scared of an orange.
Orange. That's funny. A flavor of chicken.
Yeah, I think he says that too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So he talks about that, and he's laughing about it, and just how people are so dumb about things like that. But they kind of closed that, but it was funny. But so they kind of touched back on that. Ben Kingsley's in this again.
Okay.
Oh, it's funny. I was cracking up in this movie.
Well, his character in the third Iron Man was funny, and
yeah, he carries that into this. Aquafina's in this. Aquafina's funny.
Okay.
There's parts. Wong's in this, and Wong plays some cool parts in here.
Okay.
Abomination. He comes back from Hulk. From the Incredible Hulk. They refer back to that show. Abomination in there.
These are all in the trailer. We're not giving any spoiler alerts.
Right.
These are all in the trailer.
Which is so by showing Abomination and what's his name? What's the guy that's gonna the colonel? The sergeant, what's his name? Bob Ross.
Ross. That's Ross, yeah.
So with them still being in the MCU,
yes.
That would make The Incredible Hulk the first movie in the MCU, right? Because everyone was saying that it's Iron Man. Like Iron Man started this.
Yes.
But that's not the truth now, because now it's, I think
Iron Man was still before The Incredible Hulk.
Really?
I think so. And
is it that old? Holy shit!
Yeah, because with Edward Norton,
yeah,
Samuel Jackson comes to him as well, I believe, or it's referred to. I got me confused. I can't remember, but no, Edward Norton was going to be through the whole Avengers series,
but then they
contract disputes and they can himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was always a part of the whole story.
Gotcha.
Because the guy that plays General Ross is the same guy.
Yeah, okay, you just reminded me that, I do remember that part with Samuel L. Jackson coming in. But damn, that movie was awesome. I do want to see it again.
Okay.
It was that good. I would pay to see it again.
All right.
I'm glad I paid for that movie. I'm glad I contributed somehow.
Good. That's always a good sign. I do want to see it. Like I said, I'm roped into the Marvel Universe. I'm roped in. I can't get out of it. I'm going to see it. I don't know when, but soon.
Let's go watch it tomorrow.
Yeah, I could.
I would love to go see it again. It was really good.
Okay, I like that idea. And I just saw a trailer because recently I just was watching something with Steve-O and Wee Man. So I talked about before. I love that Hot Ones YouTube channel.
Right.
And they were recently on it. It's a little series that the Hot Ones does. If you guys don't know the premise is they bring on celebrities. They have 10 hot wings. Each wing is a scale of spiciness and heat. And they interview the guests, and it's fun to see them struggle with their answers as the heat kicks in. Mm-hmm. But anyway, this one's called Truth or Dab. And they can either tell the truth, or like they get asked a hard question. They can either give an answer, or they can just opt out of answering and take a bite out of a really spicy hot wing. Mm-hmm. So Wee Man and Steve-O were on, and they were talking about their new movie, Jackass Forever, is coming out. It was supposed to come out in October of 2021. Mm-hmm. It got pushed to February 2022. People were wondering if it's because of Bam Margera. Did you know that Bam just did like a lawsuit against the director, Tremaine? He's directed all of the Jackass from MTV days to the movies, and Johnny Knoxville.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I know he got kicked out of the movie.
He got kicked out because he was having problems with sobriety. Mm-hmm. So they kicked him out. And I just saw him doing this little, I don't know, I think he put it on one of his social medias, I think. And he's somewhere, he's saying getting help. And even though he's talking like he is hard to understand, like he's really...
Yeah, he lived a rough life.
Yeah, he did to himself.
Yeah, because you can see how he was living life before this show and everything. He had it pretty easy. He had a good life.
Yeah, his parents seem really awesome.
He had a nice big house. He'd buy all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah, so... But anyway, I mean, and that's besides the point, but the fact that these guys are doing this, Jackass Forever, and in it, like, they do, like, this little pose in the trailer, so if you watch the trailer, you'll see it. But, like, Johnny Knoxville's hair is all white.
Yeah.
And they were saying, like, Steve-O made a funny joke, something about, you gotta do this, because once you reach 50, the age of 50, something happens, and he goes, and Johnny's 49, so you're getting close. I was like, he's 49 years old, so, like, just imagine, like, at 49, 50, you're still getting hit by a bull and getting shot out of a cannon, and all sorts of crazy stuff like that.
Crazy that they're still doing that at this age.
I know. That's what I was going to say. Like, what do you think of that?
Oh, damn. I mean,
the thought of that hurts.
The thought of it already hurts.
Like, I'm 40, and I still feel great. Like, I could definitely be in much better shape, but I still feel like I'm in good shape. And I don't want to do crazy things. I'm just not in the mood to do things that are too crazy that will really hurt me.
Well, like, yeah, at this age now, I'm damn near 40. And yeah, things hurt and it lasts a while. Like, let's just say that night at the concert where I blacked out, I woke up on a wooden bench. That shit hurt. Like, my sides were hurting. Crazy stories, man.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Would you watch Jackass Forever?
Yeah, I'd watch it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna pay like $10 at the theater.
I would wait for that to hit HBO Max.
Yeah, it's gonna go there.
If it's on HBO Max first, I would just watch it here at home.
Right.
Yeah, that one I don't think I would pay to go see.
No, I never pay to see any of them. I some of them I like to like fast forward through some. There's some things I just don't want to watch.
Some things are hard to watch.
Yes.
Some things are just kind of gross and it's like, that just makes me want to throw up. I don't want to see that.
Yeah. Like, I'm thinking, when you say that, I'm thinking of a volcano scene. You ever see that?
Oh, yeah, the enema stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, see that shit? I don't want to see that shit. Literal shit. I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah. That's what I want to fast forward through. So, yeah. But I just think it's crazy these guys are still doing it. I mean, good for them, though. I think it's great for them.
I mean, it paid their bills, so why not?
Well, I know that video that I was just telling you about, that Bam was just kind of complaining about Tremaine and Johnny Knoxville. Mm-hmm. He was saying some of the disputes was because he wasn't getting paid like he usually gets paid. He was like, I usually get paid like $5 million for this. Now they don't want to pay me. Now they want to kick me out. And I was like, you get paid $5 million for that? Interesting.
Yeah, and you can't even like stay sober for it.
Well, that's where it all went, right? We don't know where his money went.
Well, it's just dumb that, yeah, man, you're gonna get $5 million for this. Just stay sober. Just to make this.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
just make this, and you can make $5 million, and then get loaded, whatever.
Yeah, I don't blame them like kicking him out.
Yeah, if he can't even control himself to produce this, then you gotta kick him out.
Have you heard Dale's dog
There's
walking
tap
around?
dancing going on in here.
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know either, but he just won't settle your ass down over there. Jeez, quit dancing in here.
But recently we just had 20 years anniversary of 9/11.
That's crazy that it's been 20 years though.
It's so crazy. We won't dive too much into it because it's been done. There's a lot of places you can go. But I just watched this series on Netflix called Turning Point and the War on Terror. I don't know if you saw it. It's like in the top 10 of Netflix right now.
No.
It's a 5-episode series, and it starts off with like, what happened with the planes and everything like that, and it ends with like what's happening in Afghanistan. Not too today, like right this minute.
Does it get into like conspiracy stuff?
No, it does not. But it just kind of goes into like the Afghan army. It kind of ends there with the Afghan army. Like they're down to fight the war on terror that's happening in their country.
But then they just gave up when shit got.
They just are not organized well enough, and the Taliban is way more organized. And so right now,
Well, it's funny. What have we been doing there for 20 years?
keeping them at bay, I guess. I don't know.
Like what? Seriously, if we were supposed to be there to help, like get them militarized and like learn how to like be a military and all that, and like. We spent 20 years there and nothing to show for it. And then they just gave up. They just were like, oh, God, here they're coming to get us. Just, abort.
Yeah, because I thought there'd be more military
or
than
resistance.
Yeah, I'm surprised. And I haven't really been following too much. And I try not to get too political. But, man, I hate terrorists. And people got to realize, like, you guys don't put all Middle Easterns in this bucket because you know what? The people in Afghanistan hate the terrorists. Because you know what the terrorists do? They terrorize them the most because they're in their country.
Yeah.
They're occupying their country. So don't... here's a point here. Really, do not categorize all these Muslim people or these Middle Eastern people in this one bucket. Middle Easterns, Muslims, they hate the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. They hate them. They terrorize them the most. And it's so unfortunate. And again, I actually haven't been following too much of what's happening. I just kind of hear snippets. But man, yeah, it's like I feel bad what's happening in Afghanistan. I feel bad for the people. It's not their fault, It's their leaders' fault, really.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the people's fault. But it sucks. I feel bad for them. Yeah, you're right. But I was just thinking about this series that I just watched. Again, it's 5 episodes. It's really good. But the episode that really got to me was Flight 93. I think that's the one that where the passengers fought.
Okay.
And they brought the plane down in a field in Pennsylvania. And that one just hit me. Like, I was like, yes, good. Like, man, so good for you guys. That is just awesome. Like, I just love everyone on that plane. And that episode, that story hit me the most. Even though, like, I remember seeing the planes crash. I remember seeing all that when it was happening. And that stuff was really impactful at the time. But right now, today, those people on that plane, that was just like, man, good for you guys.
That was super tragic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff about this since it all happened, and I still don't trust what happened and what the knowledge that's been given out about it. I don't know. Not to say I'm a conspiracy theorist or anything, but there's a lot of crazy things about why and how these towers fell. It's really strange, and I'm not gonna get into it, but it's
that's for another podcast.
Crazy stuff.
But not so. I'll end it there. But just anyway, just remember 9/11. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget where I was, what I was doing when everything happened. I won't forget how I was. I've never been more hooked on TV than I was for like a couple months at that time. I was just glued, just like what's happening, what's unfolding. But some other interesting things happened. You kind of had a story here.
Oh, about how they're stopping the unemployment now.
Yeah, so unemployment for people because of COVID, is that what it is?
Yeah, about how everybody, they were like giving unemployment, like just handing it out to everybody.
I know.
So there was employment shortages everywhere.
Yeah, because they could just stay at home and get paid for free.
So
it was crazy.
I know a lot of locations have been, a lot of like stores, restaurants, they've been closing early, opening later due to employment shortages.
Yeah.
Just a lot of issues. A lot of places running short staffed, and a lot of employees hating it, and because they're giving these new hires sign on bonuses when they've been there for a long time, they didn't get any bonus getting hired on. So a lot of discrepancies. You know, a lot of people not liking that whole thing going on, but now with it ending, I mean, everyone should be going back to work now, right?
Yeah. Because I knew some people that were, you know, they didn't know what they were going. They just filed for unemployment. They were servers in the restaurant industry, and when, see, that's the problem too, right? When you force these places to close, which is I disagree with. When you force these places to close, like restaurants, and people are out of work, and they go file for unemployment, she didn't know what she was filing for. She just like, yeah, I'm unemployed now. I need to file for unemployment to pay my bills. Understandable. That's what the point of the government. That's the point of our taxes. I get it. You know, we got to help people when we can. But when she was surprised that she was getting paid more for unemployment than she was getting paid from actually working.
Well, that's why people stayed on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And my wife was like, "So you can look for another job?" She's like, "No, like I'm getting paid more."
Right. And then what people were doing is you have to like keep showing that you've been applying and trying to go to interviews.
Yes.
They've been setting up interviews and not showing up.
Yeah.
So a lot of places that are hiring have been setting all these times aside to do these interviews, and then people don't even show up to them.
Yeah, you know, and yeah, I think one of the big problems that started it was forcing businesses to close. That was ridiculous. So many restaurants around here went out of business. I mean, I saw a sign of a place. They said, you know, hey, thanks for your support, but after 60 years, we need to close down. And I was like, you guys they were open for 60 years? I didn't even realize that they were open for 60 years. I mean, I think I didn't really care for their food, so maybe that contributed. I don't know, but I was like, oh my gosh, wow.
Oh, I know what place you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll have
it's a place that doesn't accept credit or debit cards.
They don't accept debit cards, really?
I think that was another thing too. They didn't accept debit cards, and there's cash only. There's ATM, and there's a fee to use the ATM.
They're stuck in 60 years ago.
Yeah, I think that's probably helped contribute to that. But also being forced to close down for a few months didn't help either.
Yeah,
they were probably on. It just maybe helped them shut the doors.
Yeah,
down.
probably just helped make that hard decision for them.
Yeah. So yeah. Hopefully we don't go back there because I know there's this Delta variant. There's a new variant that's coming around. I just hope people.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna see thousands of variants.
Well, that's what these viruses do. They mutate. That's why the flu mutates. That's why the flu vaccine is just previous flu strains.
Exactly.
That will help. They're just hoping it will help you fight it if you catch or you're
the
around
most
the virus.
common. They're like the most common strains
Yeah.
are gonna be put into the vaccine.
Yeah.
You can like knowing that you had a flu vaccine, you know that you can still possibly catch the flu. And I don't know why people are so surprised when they hear about this shit with the COVID. And then like the different variants of COVID, like people act like this is new news to them. And then when it comes to like flu shots, and then having to get another flu shot every single year.
Yes.
And then they're talking about, oh, okay, the COVID shot will probably have to get a booster every year, and people are freaking out about it. It's like, do you not realize that there's a flu and this is already a thing? And you're acting like this is new news. That what the shit?
I just read
it's just something for people to complain about. Like people hate news about shit, and then they gotta like throw it. Oh my, I don't know. You know how people are. People are people.
Yeah,
people are people.
But I just read that this zoo. Can't remember where the zoo. The gorillas got COVID.
I'm sure there's.
So that means probably their handler.
Well, there was already a thing saying that like a tiger had gotten it before, like a year ago.
I didn't know that.
Had got it.
Oh wow.
I think they said dogs have had it.
Yeah, it's not good when we're sharing viruses with animals. That's not good.
I mean, this virus could have came from an animal though.
It's always been the rumor, or from a lab. There's always that rumor as well.
Yeah, I don't know where I stand on that anymore.
Well, I do try not to dig too much into like these conspiracy theories, like the virus, like 9/11. I try not to dig into it because it just brings up nothing but negativity, honestly.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
You can't control it. I mean, you have no control over it. It just brings negativity. So I try not to dig into it myself. Even though I do think there's a lot of shady things going on in the world, I try not to dig too much into them.
Yeah, I don't know where I stand on whether it was creating a lab anymore, if it was an animal, but it's out and everybody can get it.
Watch out. Let's revert to a story that we have done in the past, and it was about this dumb rapper.
Speaking of zoos, Little Uzi Vert.
Little Uzi. What's his name? Little Uzi what?
Vert.
Vert? What does that Vert mean?
I don't know. Maybe it's a noise.
Vert? Oh gosh, they do make weird noises.
Yeah, and
these
they're
rappers
so,
these
they're
days.
so damn. All they do is make noises and repeat words.
Yeah, when I say they, I should clarify. I mean rappers.
Littles. Anyone little.
Oh gosh,
All the littles.
Yeah, so we talked about he implanted a diamond in his forehead.
Yeah, so that 24 karat pink diamond that he had surgically implanted in his forehead.
And the doctor told him, be careful because if someone tries to rip it out, you may die.
Yeah, they told him that, and so he was telling people, yeah, if it gets ripped out, I could die. So what does he do? He goes crowd surfing with it in his head.
Yeah.
It gets ripped out of his head. He's still alive, but it got ripped out of his stupid head.
Yeah.
I guess he's still. I thought he lost it after this, but he didn't lose it. He still has it.
Oh, he does?
Yes, I thought somebody stole it and took it, ripped it out of his head and passed it around the crowd.
Yeah.
Had a whole little
Keep away.
Keep away from
Little Uzi Vert. What a terrible name.
All of them have really horrible names.
They really do.
And that's why they have these stupid rap name generators where you're little whatever's in your pocket.
yeah. Those are things on Facebook. Yeah. It's little last thing you ate.
Little 2 dimes.
Oh, that's terrible. Have you read? I'm just barely catching wind of it. I've heard about it, but I'm just barely catching a little bit. But there's a little beef between Kanye and Drake.
I guess there's
Andre 3000.
I don't know, how did Andre 3000 get mixed up?
I don't know either. I just was hearing about a little bit about it, but I was I couldn't find the beginning of it, so I didn't really put it down as one of our topics. So that's why I'm asking you right now, off the cuff, if you heard anything about it or know anything.
I've heard about it. Don't know much about it.
But I know people went to Kanye's old home in Chicago, and I guess Kanye just bought it actually, trying to remodel it, and people put signs on the steps. Again, they mean nothing to me.
Signs for what?
I don't know. It's relatable to this whole song. I don't even know the name. Dada. What's the name of this song? I don't even know what's going on.
I don't know. I do know that they do have some kind of beef, and then their album releases were supposed to be the same days to I don't know, Kanye.
Oh, that's interesting.
Kanye put his album release date out, and then Drake put his, I think, to be the same day to throw shade. And then there was some other shit. There was some words said in Drake's new album.
Yes.
Because I guess people are trying to decipher every line from every song to see who he's talking about and why and what. I don't got time for that shit.
Yeah.
I just want.
Well, I don't like either of their music, so I'm not gonna buy either album.
Exactly. Kanye hasn't been good since 2002. Maybe 2004-ish. I think was maybe the last time he had anything good. Other than that, I don't know. Drake maybe has a couple good songs that he's featured on. He has a couple good lines that I'm that was a good one, Drake. But other than that, I don't give a shit.
I don't care for either one of them. Yeah, I just thought it was interesting because now I want to ask who would win in a boxing match, celebrity boxing match, Kanye or Drake?
I think Drake.
I think Drake easily would beat him.
I don't know if it would be easily, but I think Drake would win.
I do. I think Kanye's pretty frail. I think
they're both kind of frail.
True.
But I do think Drake's a little bit more athletic.
Yes.
He's probably got some more swings to his blows.
True.
That's about it for those guys.
So okay, all right, yeah, we both agreed Drake would win in a celebrity boxing match. Who do you guys think would win a celebrity boxing match? But let's talk about celebrity boxing because there was just a boxing match over this weekend,
and I didn't even know. I missed all of this.
So again, it's Triller.
So Triller's just
Triller's just doing celebrity boxing match.
Yeah, what are those called?
What it is.
Oh, what are those things called? What kind of fight are those? Exhibition fights.
Yeah. So the headline was supposed to be Vitor Belfort. He's a former MMA champion.
He was going to fight Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar got COVID, and he actually was vaccinated, by the way. But Oscar got COVID. So the one that stepped in was Evander Holyfield at 58 years old. He's stepping in against Vitor, who's probably in his 30s.
So who won this?
Vitor. He just put the pressure on. Like he was just.
Was it unanimous or was it? Did he?
Oh, the TK, the ref called it off. The ref
Really
just stepped in and said no. So like,
oh shit!
It was in the first round. Vitor just put pressure on.
It was in the first round.
Yeah, Vitor knocked him down once. He got up. And Vitor just kept putting the pressure on, and Evander just was covering up, and the ref just stepped in and said,
That's not fair.
What's not?
This like a 20-year difference here, almost a 30-year difference.
I mean, it was short notice, because again.
So yeah, was he even trained?
And Evander wants to fight Tyson again. Again, this would be for charity.
He did just fight Tyson just not too long ago.
No, they were supposed to, but things didn't work out. And that's why Tyson fought Roy Jones Jr.
Oh, yes.
But again, actually, Evander and Mike Tyson are friends. Mike Tyson has his podcast. Evander's been on. They're friends.
Yeah, that was a good podcast, actually.
It was a good podcast.
You heard a lot of stuff about Evander Holyfield's past growing up and the shit he went through. And
was it from Alabama? Is that where he's from?
Like his dad's great. Like, oh yeah, a lot
of it was a great episode. So they're friends. They still want to box each other. Again, it'd all be for charity if they did, or I assume that was the case. I guess it'd still be the case. So anyway, that happened, and then the co-main event was Tito Ortiz and Anderson Silva, both UFC former champions, now in a boxing match, and Anderson knocked him out. Tito's punches, I saw him throw a few. They didn't seem very strong or anything.
It's all neck.
Yeah, true. Anderson kind of broke away and just threw a right cross and boom, knocked him out. He was out cold.
He missed all the muscles for the throwing arms, and it's all in his neck.
Yeah, and then Triller again just kind of bashed on Dana White in the UFC. Because Oscar, before he was going to fight Vitor Belfort right now, was trying to fight George St. Pierre. But George St. Pierre, he's retired. He doesn't want to fight in MMA anymore. But because he's still even though he's retired, he still has a couple of fights on his contract for the UFC. And so Dana White in the UFC has to basically give approval for him to go fight elsewhere. And Dana did not allow George St. Pierre to fight Oscar De La Hoya.
Because your mommy said no.
Yeah, but Dana White just doesn't like Oscar De La Hoya, so. Anyway, so, yeah, I don't know. I can't get into it. I'm just on, even though I like all the people that fought. I like Vitor, I like Evander, I like Tito, I like Anderson Silva. I just didn't care to still watch it.
No, I wouldn't pay for any of these fights. I wouldn't pay to see these. So, and this was all just like a pay-per-view event, right?
It was. And, Jake Paul just fought Tyron Woodley. They had actually had a side bet that the loser would get the other person's name tattooed. Well, at the end of the fight, and it was a split decision. So Jake Paul won two of the judges.
And this was a fight from before, not the
this was a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago now. 3, 4, a few weeks ago.
Talked about it on the
We talked about it. So Tyron said, okay, I'll get that tattoo after when we get the rematch. So Jake Paul, which I think Jake Paul's right in this, he said, no, you played yourself. You need to get that tattoo because that was the bet, and then we can talk about a rematch. Not, okay, I lost, I owe you a tattoo, but let's do a rematch first. He's like, no. So now, Jake Paul is talking about fighting with Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury is Tyson Fury's younger brother. Tyson Fury, is he a champion? I'm assuming
he is.
He's the Gypsy King. He's probably one of the top boxers right now, Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
And Tommy Fury is his younger brother, but he's undefeated. And I guess he was on a celebrity show, like one of those reality shows, and he got married from it. I don't know. I don't understand.
I didn't know he had a brother that fought.
But Jake Paul was just kind of talking about it. He's saying Tommy Fury makes the most sense. They had a little beef backstage after the Tyron Woodley fight. They had a little talking back and forth in the back, and he was just saying, well, Tommy is undefeated, and he's actually a pro boxer, like a real boxer.
That would be something I would like to see.
And that actually gave me a little grain of respect for Jake Paul that he said that. I want to fight an actual boxer who's undefeated. I'm like, okay, I'll give you a grain of rice of respect on that, because yes, you need to fight a professional boxer, not people who this is their first time boxing.
Didn't come from boxing backgrounds.
And then have no experience in boxing, and then try to claim yourself as some undefeated champ, uncrowned champ. So I got one grain of rice of respect for Jake Paul that he said that. If he followed through, we'll see. We'll see about that.
So speaking of celebrities and on being online and shit,
Yeah.
What about OnlyFans?
OnlyFans, if you have been living under a rock, OnlyFans is a place where anyone can set up an account and people can subscribe. It's basically think of OnlyFans as live YouTube, but for people to watch your channel, they have to pay for it, right?
No, I think it's like recorded content, pictures, and you can either put it out there for free or you can have people pay you a subscription.
Oh, okay.
And they can see everything you can release, or it's per thing you want to see. So like anything, like if you want to see this picture costs this much. If you want to see this video, it costs this much. Or a subscription for unlimited, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So some celebrities got on it pretty early as like a way that they can just make a little extra money. Just kind of talking to their fans, just showing a day in their life. And it kind of took a different turn.
Porn stars started doing it.
Yeah, porn stars and strippers just were like, or you can come watch my channel.
Yeah, and I can strip at home.
Yeah.
Tip me here.
Which, again, I'm not gonna hate anyone on their hustles. Good for
everybody
them.
that hustles and they can do it legally, whatever. Get your hustle on.
Yeah, so I'm all for it. But OnlyFans said that they are getting away from like any type of pornographic material. Yeah, they're like, nope, no more on our channel. And that's the last thing I saw.
So, well, all these other companies started popping up like, oh shit, jump off of there and get on our platform. Yeah. So all these new platforms started popping up, and all these strippers started going elsewhere.
Uh-huh.
And then OnlyFans going, just kidding, sorry, we messed up.
We didn't know how much of our revenue came from this.
Yeah, we didn't realize how bad we screwed up just now. Pretty much all our revenue comes from this.
Yeah.
Because I heard a few celebrities do this. Not many.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's pretty much just all porn.
At this point, yes. Yeah. But I think that's why some celebrities jumped off, because then it made it sound like, oh, I'm going to go to this celebrity's channel because maybe they're going to do a little bit of a strip tease for me. It's like, oh no, it's just a day in the life of this. They're just talking.
This is the same shit on their Instagram.
yeah, true.
That shit's free.
So, yeah, now probably OnlyFans said, oh, wait a minute, we didn't know how much revenue we're losing now. Come back. It was this late April Fool's joke.
But yeah,
funny.
that is pretty funny.
I've never been on OnlyFans. Have you been on? Have you played around on it?
I went on there, and they're like, you have to make an account and all that. So, I don't got time for this.
Okay. Yeah, I just...
Because you get redirected by whatever, and then you go to check it out, and it's like, you got to open an account. I'm like, no, I ain't got time for this.
All right. So it's back. So if all you porn stars are listening to this,
I ain't got time for you.
You can go back now.
Yeah, you can go back on your OnlyFans account.
Yeah, it's back normal.
You ain't getting none of my money, though. I'm going to go to a real strip club.
Sure. All right, anything else?
I don't got nothing else, really.
Okay. Well, thanks again for watching and listening to the Buko Boys podcast.
Bye, everybody.
Catch you next time. Bye.